What's going on, guys? Liam here, and it's that time. State of Origin time, baby. We are on. Team lists are out. I cannot believe it's already rolled around, and having already gone over this team list, guys, I think this could be one of the best, high-quality, electric, craziest State of Origins of all time. I read through this team list and was like, damn, this is elite. This could generally be one of the best State of Origins I've ever seen. I haven't seen team lists put together like this where I'm just like, holy, like this could be, it could also be a flop. But I'm just saying, on paper, the matchups, the players in form, the new blood, the old blood, it is just stacked. And I'm predicting one of the best State of Origins we've ever had, State of Origin series we've ever had. The reason why I love it, it is actually genuinely so balanced. I genuinely believe New South Wales have had better players over the last 3 or 4 years. But over the last year, Queensland have just developed so many good players and their team is so balanced. Vets, new blood, it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. So what we'll do in this video, guys, we'll just go over who is picked, then we'll just talk about the new inclusions, who's been left out briefly, and then a little thing that I do when I'm tipping to see who I think's going to win. I do a little matchup summary, and I'll go over that. There's no real science behind it. It's just a snag science, but it works most of the time, man. It works most of the time. So we'll do that, and man, I'm so pumped. I haven't been this excited for State of Origin in a long, long time. Like, for real. Like, this is going to be a good one. This is going to be a good one. Wish we had 2 games, either in New South Wales or Queensland, one in Adelaide, but what do you do? Now, this isn't a prediction video. This isn't anything like that, guys. It's just, I'm just going over everything and possibilities and matchups and stuff like that. I will do one because obviously a few things could change in this team a little bit, like even just players moved off the bench into the starting lineup and stuff like that. So, it could be a little bit subject to change. So I'll do a proper, full, intro to State of Origin when we know who's actually taking the field and who's not. But having said that, looking at how they've laid this out, I'm pretty sure what's on here is what we're going to get. Normally it's like, who will this player start? Won't this player? I'm pretty sure how they've got these teams laid out right here is how they're going to start. All right, so let's go. Here we go. We're on. All right, let's just read out the Queensland team first. So we've got Reece Walsh in. That's what I said. Reece or Hammer has to come in, and he's picked both. Hammer, so's in at centre. So Reece Walsh fullback, Selwyn Cobbo wing, Valentine Holmes centre, Hammer at the 4, so other centre, Tuolangi at the 5, Cam Munster at the 6, Cherry Evans at the 7, Flegler, Ben Hunt, Lindsay Collins in the front row. And then we've got Tom Gilbert. Man, hasn't he come on? Fafita. He's been probably the best second row in the game at the moment. And Paddy Carrigan at the lock. Now, guys, let me know as well. Do you think they made the right decisions with these? Do you think they should have left Ponga out? Do you think they should have brought Reece Walsh in? Do you like Hammer? So I want to see what you guys think about this as well. I generally love your guys' feedback and chatting with you guys in the comments about these picks and stuff like that. So make sure you're doing all that. Because I'm obviously about to tell you what I think about the selections as well. Bench, we have Harry Grant. I love him coming off the bench. I'll get into it in a minute. Big Tino on the bench as well. You got a pretty good team when Tino's on the damn bench. Ruben Cotter, Jai Arrow, and then reserves Tom Dearden and Christian Welsh. All right, let's go to the Blues. Tedesco, the captain. Who's the captain for? Cherry Evans. To'o on the wing, Tom Travojevic gets the nod, Latrell Mitchell gets the nod, Addo Carr's in, Jerome Luai's in, Nathan Cleary, Payne Haas, Abby Coruscant. There you go. Abby made it over Cookie. Junior Paulo, Cam Murray, Liam Martin, Isaiah Yeo, and then on the bench, Nico Hines, Hudson Young, Tavita Pangai Jr., big inclusion, and then Tyson Frizzell also getting a recall, and Campbell Graham on the reserves. Very unlucky to miss out here. Very, very unlucky to miss out. Now let's go a bit over the inclusions and the exclusions from Queensland first. But just quickly, I just want to give both these coaches, selectors, a nod here. I genuinely think they've done such a good job. I was really worried about some of the selections for this one, i.e. I'm glad they left out Ponga and put Reece Walsh in. Huge call, but I think it's the right one. Even I think Freddie. I was actually genuinely really worried about what Freddie was going to pick, and I genuinely think he's put together a really good, well balanced team with a really good mix of new blood, old blood, and picking guys. I feel like he's picked more like Queensland pick because Queensland always pick right. I feel like sometimes they've got less stock to pick from, but they just always get it right. And New South Wales, the Blues have just usually got tons of stock, and it's you don't question it when they're getting picks, but then after the game you're like, bro, how'd you get that so wrong? Like even just with the Addo Carr thing, I'm like, Addo Carr has to be in there. Is he the best winger in the game? Probably not. Does he have to be in the State of Origin team? Hell yeah, he does. Hell yeah, he does. But yeah, guys, drop them in the comments. I want to see what you guys think about this team. What do you think about Cook being left out? What do you think about Reece Walsh coming in? What do you think about Ponga coming in? All that sort of stuff. I'm really interested to see what you guys think. Now, first on to Reece Walsh, the Reece Walsh selection and the Kalen Ponga selection. Now, look, Kalen Ponga, obviously, we all know, tons of head injuries. He's been struggling, missing more tackles than he's making. He got knocked out yesterday, like literally yesterday. I don't know how he got let back on the field. And then we also saw the incident where he forgot to play the ball and stuff like that. And in all seriousness, we're all joking about that, and I even joked about that, but that it could just be a brain fade. But also that is like CTE, that is like motor neurons disease. That's the sort of stuff that does happen. I know ex-league players with motor neurons and CTE, and I'm telling you now, that's how it starts. It starts with like you have your sunnies on your head, you're running around the house looking for your sunnies, and you look around for 20 minutes. Where the hell? I had my sunnies 2 minutes ago. Where the hell are they? And then your partner goes, they're on your head. And you go, oh, idiot. And then you go about your day. You don't think much of it. Then all of a sudden you're in your late 30s and you're in a Stephen Hawking's wheelchair. That's CTE and motor neurons disease. It's horrible. Hopefully it was just a brain explosion. It wasn't that. But there's an article here done by Foxwide that was a concern. This play the ball was a concern, and a few of his defensive reads as well, that he wasn't quite right. And I just wish Kalen Ponga all the best. I've firsthand seen what motor neurons disease does to men, and I'm just praying to God that that doesn't happen for him, because it is disgusting. All right, so we've got Reece Walsh at fullback. Now, the only full concern I have here is the errors. Is under the high ball. It's not just him. Like, you can have one guy that's not super good with their hands, but if we have a look at the stats this year, I mean, you have Selwyn Cobber and Reece Walsh just leading the league in errors. Like, yeah, it's up there, guys. It's Sully's jumped up. He's had a few stinkers in the last few weeks, but these guys were 1 and 2 or 1 and 3 the whole season, and they're going to obviously get put under a ton of pressure. Sort of thing. So it's the X factor, the ball playing, the kick. Like, he's amazing, but the one concern I have is this: can you carry two of your back three with super high error rates? Like, these guys both make 2 errors a game. When you're playing Newcastle, when you're playing St George and stuff like that, it doesn't matter. Like, Selwyn Cobber will drop the ball 3 times, then score 3 tries and go whatever. State of Origin, 3 errors can cost you a series. Like, what I mean, it really can. So I mean, when you're at a State of Origin game and someone drops the ball, you're like, oh, because you know what a big deal it is. At club level, someone drops the ball and you're like, oh. At State of Origin, you can hear the crowd go, oh, because you know how important it is and how important it is to hold the ball and complete your sets, because any error can cost you the game. So that is a massive concern for me. Well, he's played one more game and he's got 20. But yeah, it's 20 errors halfway through the season. It's pretty damn high. It's very high. So that's a genuine concern for me for both these two. Val Holmes, he's been playing pretty damn good. I think he's been the best in the Cowboys, but that's not really saying much because the Cowboys have been horrible. But look, he's the incumbent Australian centre. He's great. He's a good goal kicker, all that sort of stuff. So I think he'll do a fine job. Hamaso in at the centre. We'll have to wait and see. Love him. He's a huge. I actually had him over Walsh for fullback, but just having him in the team I think is great. Tuolangi on the wing again, not really great form, but there's no Corey Oates available. I think he's been playing all right. It's just like there's been Cowboys games where I didn't even hear his name get called. But that could just be the Cowboys not getting in ball. So Cam Munster's the GOAT. He's the best player out of all these players, I believe. He's just, I'm in awe of what he does every week, and he takes it to a new level at State of Origin. How he can make State of Origin players look silly blows my mind every time he does it. Daly Cherry Evans, he's going to do a job there. Tommy Flegler in the prop versus Payne Haas. God damn. Benny Hunt in at 9, so I dare say he'll start, and then Harry Grant will come on after 20 minutes, and Ben Hunt can either come off, stay on as utility. I'm not too sure how they'll play that. Lindsay Collins in at number 10. Tom Gilbert, he has genuinely been playing at a State of Origin level, as has Fafita. He's been brilliant. And yeah, like I said, for the first time in a long time, this forward pack from Queensland is just, it's good, man. Paddy Carrigan, we all know how good he's been. Now, me personally, I would have Tino on instead of probably Lindsay Collins or Tom Flegler. I think he does probably have the goods on those guys a little bit. Plus, he can play more minutes, that sort of thing. It's a little bit strange to me. I'd probably rather keep Lindsay fresher and have him, come on and tear up a little bit more of an impact sort of guy. Tino can be a level header, and then you got Ruben Cotter. He's just going to blast through the middle and get quick play the balls. And Jai Arrow selection as well. I personally would have had Welsh in here instead, but Jai's been great. I just think Kristen Walsh is just, he's got the athletic ability of something that's not very good. But you know what I mean. He's not the most athletic sort of guy, but he's tough, hard-headed, and he's a smart footy player, and he gets the job done. So I don't know. I'd probably personally have Welsh in there. I thought Jai Arrow had a little strain or something on the weekend. Did he go off early? But anyway, whatever. But yeah, maybe I'd swap them around. But either way, you're not disappointed with Jai Arrow. All right, so let's go over the Blues team in a little bit more depth, and then we'll do our matchups. All right, so Tedesco had a blinder on the weekend. Even if he didn't, I still think he's the man for the job here. Brian To'o, the standard for new wingers these days. Tom comes in on at centre. I mean, look, he's been patchy, but he's the sort of guy that'll come on and score 4 tries and make everyone else look silly. Latrell Mick comes in at centre. Addo Carr, he just has to be in the team for the energy. You know what I mean? Like I said, is he the best winger in the comp? Nah, but you want him in your team every damn time. Jerome Luai keeps his spot at 6. Obviously, Nicho Hines on at 14. Now, there was a lot of debate who should play the 6th and blah, blah, blah. I actually do like this. I think, like I said, I think Freddie's done a great job here. Nicho Hines can cover 6 or 7 if there is a what's called an HIA or an injury or something like that in halves. He could probably come on and play a bit of dummy half if he needed to. I know he doesn't do it or it's not his job, but he's that crafty and that smart. He can tackle with the best of them, and he can give good service if he needs to as well. And he can obviously, we've seen what he did at fullback at Melbourne. We know he can slot in there as well. So he does cover a lot of positions. If there is no injury, you can just bring him on maybe halfway through the second half if you need points or something like that, and Luai's not getting the job done. You know what I mean? So I even though I genuinely believe Nicho Hines is a better player, I sort of like this just because of the combinations that Luai has with, Liam Martin, Isaiah Yeo, Nathan Cleary and stuff like that. So I think it's the right call personally to do it that way. I'm not saying Nicho. I genuinely think Nicho's a better player than Luai. I just think this works better from a team perspective. Hudson Young, great inclusion. I think he would be great. Now, Tavita Pangai Jr. If this team got named last week, I would have said that is why the hell is he in the team? He's good, but it's not that good. You know what I mean? He's so good for an error, so good for a penalty, all that sort of stuff. But the game yesterday, that Doggies game, who'd they play again? Titans. Titans were well and truly banging them. They were very well in control of that game. Tavita comes back on for his second stint, and the Doggies have been getting, no offense to the Doggies fans if you're listening, your forward pack sucks. Their forward pack sucks. And they're going up against Folawaka, who's probably one of the form props in the game. Tino, David Fafita, and they were just running rampant. Tavita came on and put the whole Doggies on his back and just ripped through the Titans. essentially Queensland players, you know what I mean? Followaker for me, if Followaker was in this Queensland team, I'll be like, good call. Like he's been playing that good, and Tavita ripped him apart defensively and offensively. He was brilliant, and that's state of origin. When I watched that second stint, I was like, that's a state of origin play, right? Like that was, he got hit high, came up, ran straight again. Like just it was great, and it was really good to see. And to be honest, there's not a lot of mongrel in this team other than maybe Liam Martin. So having a bit of mongrel coming off the bench, I actually genuinely love that. It's great. And Tyson Frizzell, for me, again, I probably wouldn't... He's sort of in the Jai Arrow thing for me. You know what you're going to get. He's solid. He rips in. He wears his heart on his sleeve. He's going to leave everything out there. You know what I mean? Like... If either of these players weren't in the team, it's not like, oh, but like at the same time, if you're glad they're by your side, both these guys. So I love both these teams. I genuinely love both these teams. Now a few little matchups I'm looking forward to. I've said this before, I'll say it again. Everyone knows I've been a little bit critical of Payne Haas. Like everyone says he's the best prop in the game because he runs rampant every single week. But again, I said, if you watch him at State of Origin, you watch him in big match games, his numbers come way down. And I want to see him perform. I want to see him destroy good forward packs, beast forward packs. We even saw last week, they played Penrith and Fisher, Harris and Moses. His metres were in half of what he normally gets. He generally got chopped down. He had an all right second stint and made his stats a little more respectable, and that, to be honest, they were probably better than half the prop stats in the league. So by no means did he play bad, but I want to see him do what he does week in, week out against the best forwards in the game, and then I'll crown him king prop. You have to beat the king to be the king, man. You can't. I had people messaging me after he scored a try against the Tigers and like, see, told you he was the best team in the comp. I'm like, our best prop in the comp. I'm like, that doesn't make you... Imagine being a fighter, you knock out a bunch of amateurs and then call yourself the champ. Like, you got to beat the champ to be the champ, man. So I really want to see Payne Haas have a mass... Because we know he can do it. I know he can do it. I need to see it before I give it to him. People give people the champ status too early, man. You got to... I want to see you go at Flegler. I know he's your teammate. I want to see him go at Lindsay Collins. I want to see him go at Tino. Put them on their backs, hit them. I want to see you put a shot on. And that's I'm really looking forward to that matchup. Another real good matchup I'm looking forward to is Val Holmes on Turbo. Val Holmes got cooked last week, so really looking forward to that one. And then again, Paddy Carrigan versus Isaiah Yeo, arguably the two best locks in the game now. I mean, it used to be Isaiah Yeo, Cam Murray, Victor Radley, and there was, even though Paddy was a beast. You know what I mean? Those guys probably had his number, but these two are genuinely the best two locks in the game now. And, I mean, Murray's has the potential to be better than Paddy, I think. But, I genuinely think Paddy's playing better footy, and he's just week in, week out, he's a monster. So, really looking forward to that. And the other, I'm just really llooking forward to these two. So, Harry Grant coming on, see what he does off the bench, and same as Nicho Hynes. Really, really keen to see... like how those guys get used, and I can't wait to see what Nicho Hynes does at a State of Origin level, because he just keeps doing last year I was like, oh, that could have been, I didn't, even though he won Dally M and I did think he deserved it, I was like, look, that could have just been a flash in the pan. And then this year he's better. I'm like, it's better. How are you doing this? Now I'm going to do a thing now that I do every State of Origin. And what I do is, my mate told me to do this in 2005, and he said, what you do is you match up each player and you give a point to the team, to the team of like who personally wins match. So Reece Walsh versus Tedesco. If you think Reece Walsh wins, you give a point to so if you think James Tedesco is a better player, you give a point to New South Wales. And you go through the whole team list, and the bench is just one. And then at the end of it is, whoever has the most favourable matchup wins, sort of thing. And I know there's no real science to this. It doesn't measure heart, determination, all this other stuff that goes into State of Origin. But I do it every year. God damn, it works most of the time, man. I'm telling you, it really, really does. And it can also be a wash. Like if there's 6 favourable matchups each, obviously it's just whoever plays better on the night. But if your team generally has 8 or 9 favourable matchups, you're probably going to win the game, and that's what I've found does happen, sort of thing. So I'm going to go through them now real quick, and obviously these are just my opinions too. But let me know what you think here as well. And try it, man. Try it sometime. It actually works. It's well, not all the time. It's failed, man. It's failed. Like it. They're not. When did Queensland win? So Queensland won the last one. New South Wales. The one before that, it failed miserably. Like New South Wales had pretty much won every matchup, and Queensland still won. So it doesn't always work. But all right, Reece Walsh versus Teddy. Who do you guys think's better now? Teddy, consistency, work rate, like positional play, all the basic fundamental stuffs a fullback should do. I 100% give to him. Reece Walsh, I'd probably give him the X factor. Give him, I'll put it this way. Say New South Wales winning by 4 points and Reece Walsh has the ball in his hand. I'm nervous. You know what I'm saying? Now, if you flip that, if Queensland are up by 4 and Teddy has it, I'm a little nervous, but I'm not like, oh no, something's going to happen. Whereas Reece Walsh, I genuinely think something could happen if he has the ball. It's late in the game and something has to happen. I definitely think he has Teddy there. But I do personally think Teddy covers way more bases. So I'm going to give that one to New South Wales as a favourable matchup. But again, like he could have a terrible game. He could put down 3 balls and New South Wales could be up by 4 or 2 or whatever. And Reece Walsh could just blow the game apart. So, but you can't just rely on that. You need to tick all the boxes along the way. Selwyn Cobbo versus Selwyn Cobbo again. He's a guy that will drop the ball 3 times and score 3 tries on you. He'll go for intercepts, make bad defensive reads, and that's all the negative stuff about him. His positive stuff, this year in particular, I've been so impressed him carrying the ball back, hitting the line hard. He gets folded a bit. He doesn't seem to have that Latrell Mitchell strength, that Greg Inglis strength. He looks like him, he's built like him, but he does get folded a little bit more than those guys. But still a big body, still does damage, and still runs the ball back with a bit of ferocity. So I'm really, really interested to see. Obviously, he got KO'd last time. Was it the last state of origin he got KO'd? I think it was. So is he gun shy? The line speed's going to be quick. He's going to have guys coming out to take his head off. Is he going to be a little gun shy? And Brian To'o, no, he's not going to be a little gun shy. We know what he's going to do. He's going to make 200 metres. He's going to draw 3 penalties because he plays the ball so quickly, and he's pretty damn safe on that high ball. He's going to finish tries. If there's half an opportunity. That's what To'o does. And again, X factor, I'll probably give to Cobbo, but knowing what you're going to get and just those extra metres, the not many mistakes, the finishing without dropping the ball, finishing half chances. So I'm going to give another one to New South here. All right, Valentine Holmes versus Travojevic. Now, if these team lists came out last week, I said Val Holmes all damn day, but Val Holmes got cooked on the weekend. Cooked. He got, I think there was 6 or 7 line breaks down his edge. He missed 5 or 6 tackles clean. 2 or 3 tries down his edge. Like 5 or 6 tries down his edge. Now, I don't know if that was just destroying him or Val Holmes had a bad game. Maybe he had a niggle, or maybe it was just one of those games where he just played terrible and it's not going to happen again. I don't know. And then on the flip side, Turbo hasn't been himself. He really hasn't been himself. Now, I'm probably going to flip this the other way. As far as X Factor, all that sort of stuff, he can just rip the ball off someone mid-air, score tries. He just seems to pop up everywhere. He's all that sort of stuff, like similar to what these Reece Walsh and Selwyn Cobbo do. I'll probably give this to Tom, but I know what I'm probably going to get with Val Holmes, and I don't think he's going to get cooked like he did last week. Well, Queensland will be hoping he didn't, because if he plays like that against Tommy, it'll be 60-0, just like the Tigers did to the Cowboys. I'm telling you, that was a bath. So just keep him with consistency, because I can't now give the X factor one to New South Wales. I have to, keep it consistent. I'm going to give that one to Queensland, because I know what I'm going to get with Val Holmes, and it's good defense, electric footwork, good ball playing, all that sort of stuff. Now, probably to the biggest mismatch out of the whole thing, Hammer, not because Hammer sucks. Hammer is a monster, but I believe he's a genuine fullback. It's sort of like, I don't think Teddy could play centre, but obviously Tom and Latrell can. You know what I mean? It's more, and I actually think he'd probably be better a centre than Teddy would be a centre. But Um, how many? I don't think Hammett's played. Has he played 10 NRL games at centre? And you're going up against Trell Mitt. And especially centres are very... It's almost more of a defensive position now than an offensive position. So I think literally I think Latrell has I think this will be a big weakness for Queensland. Hammer. So, but again, I might be so wrong here. I knew Hammer was going to be great, but I've been so impressed with his fullback play this year. His positional plays, everything. He's so much better than I thought he was going to be. But again, you're going up against Trell Mitt, who elevates on a big stage. So I've got to give that one to New South. Oh man, New South's looking the goods at the moment, but I'm sure I think they might start to lose the battle a little lower. Tuolungi versus Addo-Carr. Again, yeah, I think we might start to lose the battle down here. Well, not we, New South Wales might. Tuolungi, look, again, this is a hard one. And if it's a wash, we don't give a point. Now, Tuolungi, I don't think's been in great form. But again, is it just he's not getting good ball? I don't know, there's just something... Even when he has the ball, I'm not he doesn't look dangerous to me. Like when Addo-Carr has the ball, he's always going at 1,000,000 miles an hour. It looks full on, sort of thing. But I haven't seen much from Addo-Carr other than last week, and he was pretty damn good. Now, if these guys have both been playing Addo-Carr played like he did last week all year, I'd 100% give this to Addo-Carr. Just because I haven't seen him enough, I can't give him a point. Just because I think that might be a wash. So neither point will get a team for that. I don't know. I don't know what's going to be the favourable matchup here. It could really go either way. Addo-Carr could just be off and not used to that. He's barely played much NRL. State of Origin is much faster and crazier and stuff like that. So I'm going to call this one a wash and not give anyone the bickies there. Cam Munster, Jerome Luai. Let's still Cam Munster, Queensland win that one. I'm not a Luai hater, man. I played footy, man. I know what Munster does. He's fucking brilliant. He's good, man. He's special. All right, so and then we can just flip that the other way. Cherry Evans versus Cleary. Clearly. All right, so at the moment we've got through the backs and Queensland's winning. New South Wales is winning 4-2 as far as favourable matchups go. All right, let's get to the props. This is hard. And this is going to sound like I'm getting a hater. I genuinely think that Tom Flegler could be a better State of Origin player than Payne Haas, just because of what I talked about earlier. Payne Haas, I haven't seen him perform on the big level. No, to be honest, I haven't really seen Tom do it either, but he gets dirty. His line speed, he went at Fisher Harris. You know what I'm saying? He got under Fisher, I wouldn't say folded. He hit Fisher Harris multiple times and he was going at him. And that's what State of Origin's about. It's about targeting their best player and going, I'm running straight at you. And I think Payne Haas week to week is a much better player than Payne Haas. Payne Haas is a much better player week to week than Tom Flegler. But I genuinely think at this State of Origin level, I think Flegler might have his number. I genuinely do. And I'm really interested to see if he goes at him. Because they're not going to be teammates next year. This could be really interesting. So just going on State of Origin metrics and what it takes to be a good prop, I'm going Tom Flegler, and I think that's a favourable matchup for Queensland. I really do. And again, I could be so wrong on that, but I prove me wrong, Payne. Prove me wrong. I'd never be more happy to be wrong, but I genuinely think Tom Flegler is built for State of Origin, and I'm not too sure if Payne Haas is. Maybe Payne Haas is just that elite. That elite club player that just destroys everyone week to week. You don't know. But again, I'm happy to be wrong. We all know Payne Haas has the talent to be the best prop ever, but we haven't seen it yet. So let's see it on the big stage. All right, Ben Hunt versus Abby Coruscant. This one's hard. Because Ben Hunt's obviously a more versatile player. But Abby's just going straight hooker. Abby's a better straight hooker. You know what I mean? He's but not by much. You know what I mean? Ben Hunt, he's very, very good. But if we're just talking straight hooker But again, we're talking state of origin here, and we know what Ben Hunt can do at state of origin. You know what I mean? Like, I always said I think Ben Hunt's overrated at club level, but state of origin, he just punches that ticket every damn time. Oh, this is so hard. You know what? I think I have to give this to Queensland too. Just barely, but just that X factor but Abbey has X factor too, but it's not. We just haven't seen it as much at state of origin, so it's very, very hard. And then it's hard because you got Harry Grant. Harry Grant's going to play more minutes at 9 than, you know what I mean, than Ben Hunt's going to play at 9. So this one's really hard. You know what? Because Harry Grant is actually the number 9. You know what I mean? Like, he is. Let's be real. Like, this is a strategic thing Billy Slater's done to, you know, but Harry Grant is their number 9. Like, Ben Hunt is, you know what I mean? Ben Hunt's more like the Nico Hines for us. He's just starting for New South Wales. He's just starting. So you know what? I'm going to leave number 9 off because that is sort of Harry Grant's their number 9. But we'll get to that in a second. But let's just leave that one off because that is a little bit hard to call. Now, Junior Paulo, Lindsay Collins. I don't see what the big deal is about Lindsay Collins. I don't think he's that good. I genuinely think Tino should be starting. I think he's a pretty damn solid player, but I definitely think Junior Paulo's been far superior this year, but far superior for the last 4 or 5 years. Better offload, better ball playing out the back, bigger body, just bigger meters, harder to tackle. Junior's got to quick play the ball too, man. So yeah, I'll have to give that one to New South. Did I give Payne Hudson? No, I didn't give the Queensland that one, sorry. I forgot to write down the Flegler one. All right, so let's go. So yeah, I definitely think Junior Paulo's better than Lindsay Collins. Tom Gilbert versus Cam Murray. This is hard because this isn't Cam Murray's position, and Tom Gilbert hasn't. He played last year, didn't he? Off the bench, did he? Can't remember. Cam Murray's a better player. Let's not. But he's a lock, and he's on an edge. So is Tom Gilbert though. Yeah, I think I have to give that to Cam Murray too. But Tom Gilbert for me could really stamp his name and be the guy. Oh shit! I just realised. Yeah, wow. No Capewell. Jeez, damn, my brother. He's not playing. But yeah, this Tommy Gilbert could stamp himself in as the guy here, as the second rower for Queensland for a very long time. We all know Queensland normally pick and stick. Obviously some crazy circumstances this year with Ponga's health and stuff like that, where he couldn't. But if he has a big game, I think Tom Gilbert's built for State of Origin, and I genuinely think Tom Gilbert could dominate this matchup. But you know what I mean? But yeah, we'll have to wait and see. I genuinely think Cam Murray's a better player, silkier player, but Tom Gilbert brings that dog in him. So yeah, did I give New South Wales one there? Yeah, I did. Okay. Fafita, Liam Martin. Now, I probably think Liam Martin is a slightly better player, but Dave Fafita's been on a roll lately, and he's been in such good form, and we haven't seen Liam Martin play properly yet. So I'm going to, I'll just give that one to New South Wales. So I'll cross that out. So I'm going to give that one to Queensland. Isaiah Yeo, Paddy Carrigan. Again, this one could just be a massive wash. They're both brilliant. They're both brilliant in their own ways. You know, they are really both brilliant in their both ways. You know what? I'm probably going to call this one a wash too, because Isaiah Yeo is going to bring exactly what he needs for New South Wales, and Paddy Carrigan's going to bring exactly what he wants for Queensland. And I don't think that, because they're right in the middle too, I don't think if Isaiah Yeo completely outplays Patrick Carrigan, I don't think it will impact the game a whole heap. Same as if Carrigan does it to Isaiah Yeo. I think the game's going to be won in the halves and the edges, in the props. I think these guys are just going to be tackling hard and great link men sort of thing. So I might call this one a bit of a wash too. And then we got the bench, and I do this as one. You know what I mean? Who's got the better bench? rather than going individual matchups sort of thing. And Harry Grant, Tino, Ruben Cotter and Jai Arrow versus Nico Hines, Hudson Young, Tavita Pangai Jr. and Tyson Frizzell. Now, I probably believe Nico Hines is going to have the most impact on the game out of all these players, even though Harry Grant a very close second, if not, will probably have the most impact. So I honestly believe that Nico is probably, arguably, the best player on the bench for State of Origin. But I think this bench is much better. Tino on the bench, Ruben Cotter on the bench, Jaiara and Harry Grant. That's a bench, son. So that goes to Queensland. So we got a draw. 6 each. This is what I'm saying, man. And again, like, there's no... And like I said, you could... Queensland people a bit biased, and they're probably going to give 1 or 2 this way. New South Wales go, but as someone that's pretty damn neutral, I see favourable matchups on each side. I see washes. I see this guy's more consistent, but this guy's got more X factor, and it's a wash. Like last year, it was not like this. I genuinely see this as pretty damn. They've probably got 6 favourable matchups each, including the bench, and then. The others are like almost a wash. It's crazy. This is what I'm saying. I've read both these teams out, and I was like, and I'll pick who I think is going to win, but closer to the game. But I'm like, I look at these 2 teams now, and I'm like, I don't know. Who knows? It's crazy, absolutely crazy. So what do you guys think about that? Who's winning? Who's got, what do you think about the players being left in, left out? Like I said, guys, I'll keep you up to date with, you know what I mean, the team, like when they finalise the team, and then do a prediction video for the series and also for the games, into each individual game, and do a pre-game and all that sort of stuff. So excited, man. Best time of the year, State of Origin time, man. Love it. Can't get enough of it. But thank you all so much for watching, guys, and I'll see you on the next one.